Hi, this is Daniel Hutchins, and today we're going to be doing another mega long article discussion from our friends comicbook.com. So today on comicbook.com, we're going to be talking a lot about different things. So the first thing we're going to be mentioning is about Gotham. Gotham and Pennyworth creators Matt Reeves will have an easier time making a great show. This was hot off the truck just recently. So, on with it now. So now we have Pennyworth is back on the air, meaning that since 2014, when Gotham Pilot first premiered on Fox, writer-producers Danny Cannon and Bruno Heller have been working with the heroes and villains of Gotham City and beyond. While Pennyworth centers on the younger years of Bruce Wayne's butler and surrogate father, Alfred Pennyworth, taking place in the alternate London. Heller and Cannon also did Gotham, which was a show centered around the James Gordon and Gotham City Police Department. Fast forward to the summer, when news broke the Batman filmmaker Matt Reeves was set to launch a new series for HBO Max, set to the universe of his film. Now the series Gotham PD will center on, James Gordon and the Gotham City Police Department. Few details are yet available about this series, but fans immediately seized on how similar it was to Gotham on its face. But that doesn't bother Heller or Cannon. Instead, they think the creative freedom offered by this project's high profile and by HBO Max will likely combine to make a pretty special show. We're the last big network battle cruiser to leave the harbor, but we were very much a network show, Heller told comicbook.com. I think now that we've realized that streaming is the new god, I think Matt's going to have a much easier time selling the kind of show that he wanted to do, because he's got a movie with movie stars to back it up. Okay, so seemingly agreeing to the restrictions of network TV, with the hindrance of certain elements of Gotham, Cannon added, it's going to be truer to the nastiness of what Gotham should really be, I guess. Alright. So, when the series was announced, the release included a statement from Reeves himself, who said, "This is an amazing opportunity not only to expand the vision of the world I'm creating in film, but to explore it in a kind of depth and detail that only a long-form format can afford, and get into the work with the incredible talented Terrence Winter, who was written so insightfully and powerfully around the worlds of crime and corruption, and it's an absolute dream." A year after the explosive events of Pennyworth's first season, England found itself embroiled in devastating civil war, with a powerful neo-fascist Raven Union led by Lord Harwood, played by Jason Fleming, threatening to control the entire country. North London remains one of the few resistant holdouts remaining. It's here that in West End neutral zone that we find Alfred Pennyworth. After years in the British Army, his training with the SAS has taught him to be a cynical optimist, expecting the worst, but knowing that he can handle it. Now running the Delaney, a black market Soho club that welcomes everyone regardless of their politics, Alfred, with his SAS mates, Dion Baza Bashford, played by Hansley Lord Bennett, and Wallace Dave Boy McDougall, Ryan Fletcher, is now in search of a way out. Now, before London and his country burns itself to the ground and into utter oblivion, he's got to keep his eye on America. So Pennyworth debuts new episodes on Epix every Sunday. So there you go. That is that information. Next is Thor Love and Thunder star Tessa Thompson teases more MCU heroes in the movie. Okay, also hot off the truck. Okay. Marvel Cinematic Universe has quite a lot in store in the coming years as if Phase 4 of movies and Disney Plus TV shows begin the rollout. On the movie side, one of the most buzzed about blockbusters has already been Thor Love and Thunder. Both for its impressive ensemble cast and promise of the more cosmic sort of the MCU lore. Among the cast of the film will be Tessa Thompson's Valkyrie, who will be setting into her role as a leader of New Asgard in the film. As Thompson teased in a recent interview with The Playlist, there's the chance that the journey of Love and Thunder could bring Valkyrie face to face with some other characters from the wider spreads of the MCU. Okay, so yeah, I can tease that she's definitely King of New Asgard when we find her, Thompson revealed. And as was the case in the last four, I would say that she's a part of an adventure that is involved with Thor, in a sense that it's called Thor Love and Thunder. I'd say there's some cool stuff going on. We have some new characters, we have some folks potentially from other pockets of the MCU, and then we have some folks maybe that we've seen before. Okay? So fans will surely be delighted by this update, of course, given fact, but then especially given that we already know about the film. It's been confirmed that Guardians of the Galaxy will factor in the film in some way, shape, or form, particularly with Chris Pratt's Peter Quill Star-Lord making an appearance, but beyond that, it'll be very fucking interesting to see what other pockets of the MCU Thompson could be referring to, especially for those who want to see Valkyrie interact more with Brie Larson, Carol Danvers, Captain Marvel. Okay, so joining Thompson and Thor Love and Thunder, and Chris Hemsworth as Thor, Christian Bale as Gore the God Butcher, and Natalie Portman as Jane Foster, who will become the next Thor in the film. Okay, we know that. Okay, we keep going. I'm just looking super forward to seeing a woman wield a hammer, Thompson previously said during an appearance at Ace Comic-Con, which is by far one of the fucking best Comic-Cons in the fucking world. Okay, so Natalie's already getting buff, and I'm going to teach her my trick about running. Let me text her now about that, actually. I'm really looking forward to the next phase. I think it's going to be an exciting one. Yee. Are you excited to see other MCU characters appear in Thor Love and Thunder? Share your thoughts down in my comment box below. And the movie is supposed to set in release May 6th of 2022. Okay. Next hot news. Next, we're going to be talking about The Flash. Okay, The Flash taps Jeremy Adams, Brandon Peterson, as a new creative team. Also hot off the truck. Okay, so today DC announced that Flash will take on a creative team of writer Jeremy Adams and artist Brandon Peterson in the early part of 2021, which is really coming quick. Long-running, no pun intended, writer Joshua Williamson recently announced his plans to move on from Flash. The new team will take over in March following the future state, The Flash, in January and February. The first arc, tackled by the new team, will see Wally West fighting for redemption following his ordeals in Heroes in Crisis and Dark Knight Death Metal, the first step in redemption, stepping away from the Speed Force, which is basically the powers of the Flash. Okay? So beginning with The Flash number 768, on March 16th, the former Kid Flash decides to call it quits. Okay. Family is more important to Wally West than a connection to Speed Force. That's not going to sit well with Barry, though. Of course, after all, Wally already tried to have a happily ever after once during Geoff John's run, and it didn't last long. Who thinks they let him do in his time? There's some dispute about who would win in a race against Wally and Barry, said Adams in an announcement. But let's just keep things clear and say it's a question that starts with this new adventure. I've tried to pour all of my excess enthusiasm into writing a story that explores some of the crazy sci-fi elements the Flash books are known for. Okay. Right. Per release in the months following DC Future State event, Barry will need his former partner more than ever. So, will Billy let Wally walk away? That's a good fucking question. Barry Allen and Wally West must confront the past by way of Justice League led by Green Arrow. Ollie, the only person Wally hasn't talked to since Roy's death. So you can pick up the Flash starting in March of 2021 and see the Flash family decide who will carry the Scarlet Speedster legacy to the future. Will it be Barry or Wally? Okay. And again, the Flash number 768 comes out on March 16th of 2021. And there's also going to be another variant cover drawn by legendary artist Ian MacDonald. Okay. Next awesome article. Okay. Terminator Resistance Enhanced announced for the PS5. Also hot off the truck. Now I'm on a fucking roll right now because I'm doing comic book universe from all different aspects, buddy. You got it. So there, Terminator Resistance Enhanced has been announced for the PlayStation 5, or otherwise known as the PS5, and will offer a significant number of improvements over the version that launched from PS4 back in 2019. That's if you remember it from 2019. But published by Reef Entertainment and developed by Tranon, the enhanced version of this game will be offered as a free upgrade for those who already own the game for the PS4, but will also be offered as a standalone physical release for newcomers. Players will see many of these upgrades be the same that may have also been offered for PS4 games on PS5, such as 4K visual and 60 FPS, faster load time, and quite a bit more bonus extras. So the announcement from Taeyeon can be found in a tweet embedded below, but you have to go to Twitter to see the information, or else you're not going to understand what it's about. So in addition to the graphic upgrade, the enhanced version of Terminator Resistance for PlayStation 5 will also contain that only released on PC, as well as completely new additions including Infiltrator mode. Notably, the game will take advantage of a DualSense controller like the PlayStation did in some unique ways. Adaptive triggers will be used as weapons in games, and a coloration of the controller's light bar will be used to indicate player health. Wow, the standard edition of the game certainly sounds enticing enough for its own. Hardcore fans of the Terminator franchise might be interested in a collector edition of the game, which is a little bit more pricier. A price point has not been announced, but the collector edition contains steelbook case and a set of character art cards and a hardcover comic from Dark Horse. The comic features the zero-day storyline as previously offered digitally, but not least, you also have the Terminator Resistance Enhanced. We'll also see a paid content update released in the summer of 2021, exclusively for the PS5 and PC versions of the game. All in all, it sounds like fans of the game on PS4 will have a lot to enjoy with Terminator Resistance Enhanced releases on the brand new PS5 on March 26, 2021. Were you a fan of Terminator Resistance on PlayStation 4? Please drop down in my comments, y'all. And I'm going to do some more bonuses. So, let's get this truck rolling, baby. Woohoo! Let's get this truck rolling. So now, Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man saves the MCU from Thanos in a trippy fan edit. Also hot off the truck. Alright. Spider-Man. Tobey Maguire takes on Thanos. Josh Brolin, one-on-one in a viral fan art inserted in the web swinger from Marvel Avengers Infinity War in the latest edit from Matan Animation Studios behind the video Bully Maguire series inserting director Sam Raimi's Spider-Man in multiple films in Marvel Cinematic Universe, also we know as the MCU, as well as the Star Wars and X-Men franchises. Maguire's Spider-Man saves the universe when he lobs a Green Goblin bomb at Thanos, avenging his beloved Uncle Ben. Alright. The fan-made Spider-Man Avenger crossover comes in rumors where Maguire is suiting up opposite from Tom Holland and former Spidey actor Andrew Garfield from Marvel's Sony Spider-Man 3, where the MCU Spider-Man is reunited with the legend himself, Doctor Strange, played by Benedict Cumberbatch. The sixth collaboration between Sony and Disney-owned Marvel Studios, and first under the newly reached deal, sees that Disney putting up a quarter of the budget for the untitled Spider-Man 3, connects to Marvel WandaVision, Raimi MCU set Doctor Strange Multiverse Madness, Marvel Chief Executive, Creative Officer, and Producer Kevin Feige confirmed the three films make a loose trilogy during last week Disney Investor Day, but did not directly address rumors of the live-action Spider-Verse. In recent weeks, so far, unconfirmed reports claimed Holland will be joined by the Raimi trilogy stars Kirsten Dunst, Mary Jane Watson, William Dafoe, Green Goblin, and Thomas Hayden Church Sandman. Those reports came after the Hollywood Reporter revealed Jamie Foxx, Electro, May Spider-Man 2, Alfred Molina, Dr. Octopus Spider-Man 2, would be reprising their respective roles as two of Spider-Man's most notorious and most infamous supervillains. Okay, so last August, Holland described Spider-Man Far From Home follow-up as very special to him and something very different. The tease came from Feige promised a Peter-focused story in Spider-Man 3. It'd be fun to see Spidey back in an element, out of the shadow of Tony Stark and out of the shadow of all the other Avengers, as his own man now, as his own hero now, he told Fandango. And yet, now, facing his own challenges, they aren't coming from Avengers fighting like Civil War, or aliens coming like Infinity War or Endgame. It's all Peter-focused and all Peter-based. Starring Tom Holland, Zendaya, Jacob Batalon, Marissa Tomei, Jamie Foxx, Alvin Molina, Benedict Cumberbatch, Marvel and Sony Spider-Man 3 swings into theaters next Christmas of 2021. Okay. So, another article. Time check, 18 minutes. So we are trying to hit for 40 minutes. Okay. DC teases new Justice League roster. Also hot off the truck recently. Alrighty. Between conclusion of Dark Knight Death Metal and start of the Future State, DC fans have a lot of major content to look forward to in the weeks ahead. Beyond that, though, the publisher has begun to reveal details surrounding its post-Future State slate, with new titles and creative teams being announced essentially every day, while fans still have to wait and see exactly what the future holds. A few new posts from writer and legend himself, Brian Michael Bendis, has shed the light of the future of the Justice League. On Wednesday, Bendis posted a teaser image of the team in silhouette, teasing the fans should stay tuned. Okay. And you could check it out on Instagram, y'all. The following day, Bendis shared an Infinite variant cover for Justice League number 59, which would be the series' first issue following events of Future State. As Bendis post-steamed the hint, he be joined in a series by legendary artist David Marquez and colorist Tamara Bonvillain. Alright, and there is another Instagram post. So, the new league roster has an interesting mix of heroes. A handful of heroes that have already been associated with the team, such as Batman, Superman, Aquaman, Hawkgirl, and some unexpected choices as well. Like, for instance, Black Canary and Green Arrow, who were mainstays of the league in the Silver and Bronze Age, but haven't been associated with the team as lately, make an appearance as well as Black Adam and Hippolyta. There's also Naomi, the original character co-created by Bendis, who fans have been eager to see more of since their debut in her first comic miniseries. Alright, so that's like whatever. So, this roster definitely provides one of the biggest shakeups the team has ever had in recent memory, expanding the breadth of the heroes who have been traditionally associated with the team. While it's unclear yet exactly how long this iteration of the league will stick around for, which is a really fucking good question, or what threats they'll face off against, it's definitely an intriguing roster. Okay, so what are your thoughts about DC Justice League roster following the events of Justice League and DC Future State? Please, 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 fucking please, leave your comments below. Next, time check, 21 minutes. Okay, we are getting this truck rolling, baby. We are getting this fucking truck rolling. So, there's no time to waste. We gotta just keep trucking with the information, y'all. Trucking with the information. Yeah, buddy. So, Suicide Squad. Okay, so Suicide Squad director David Ayer says Jared Leto's Joker was better in his cut. Okay. So, this was also hot off the truck. Ever since Zack Snyder's Justice League was confirmed to be in works, some fans of the world of DC on film turned their attention to the Champion, another alternate cut by pinning for the David Ayer's original version of the Suicide Squad. Ayer has been open about the fact that a theatrical cut differs from his original vision in varieties of ways, and among the most spotlighted was the Jared Leto Joker, and was not only featured in more scenes, but that his performance wasn't cut around or kneecapped in any way, shape, or form whatsoever at all. And the filmmaker has thrown more fire on today when a fan simply alleged that Leto was better in the Ayer cut by adding the two-word comment, vastly better. Now, the filmmaker previously confirmed that he shot a lot of fucking scenes that hit the cutting room floor of the movie, including a climatic showdown between Joker and the Task Force X, where the Clown Prince of Crime himself has a detonator for the bombs implanted in their heads. Ayer wrote on Twitter, shot and edited of course, "You were not permitted to see it, my friend." In this version of the climax, when the squad's facing up against the Enchantress, Joker shows up out of the shadows and tries to threaten them into allowing Enchantress whatever she wants. Well, that's well fucking good, right? Nah. Some in the team think it's another illusion, but the script doesn't make that clear either way. So, there is a tweet down below, and followed by that, more information. So this other information says, in another previous tweet, Ayer revealed that much of Harley Quinn's story has been changed for political reasons, revealing back from April that sadly her story arc was eviscerated. It was her movie in so many ways, and look, I tried. I rendered Harley comic book accurate. Everything's political now. It's like, what the fuck? Everything I just want to entertain, I will do better. To make things even more interesting, Air's original version of the film would have tied it directly to the Zack Snyder Justice League as well. Concept art for the Parademons in the movie was pre-released with Air, confirming that this Apocalypse minions and Steppenwolf were supposed to appear in his movie before they slated their debut in Justice League. Alright, so the Enchantress was under the control of a mother box and Steppenwolf was prepping an invasion with the boom tube. And director revealed had to lose that when the Justice League story arcs had evolved. So, as fans now know, Jared Leto will return to a part of the Joker for a quick scene that was added to Zack Snyder's cut of Justice League, which is now scheduled to release in March of 2021 on HBO Max. Okay, time check. We are at 26 minutes. Okay. Next up, Star Wars. So, Star Wars. Young Boba Fett actor Daniel Logan pays tribute to the late Jeremy Bulloch. Also hot off the truck, earlier today brought the sad news that the actor and legend Jeremy Bulloch, known to the Star Wars fans as the OG original Boba Fett in Star Wars Episode 5 Empire Strikes Back, has passed away at the age of 75. Lucasfilm and other cast members released a statement after his death was confirmed. But now, the actor from the franchise with a special connection to Bulloch has spoke out. Daniel Logan, known for playing the same part as Boba Fett in Star Wars Episode 2, Attack of the Clones, in Star Wars The Clone Wars, has tweeted about Bulloch's passing. Alright, so I am sad to hear of the passing of Jeremy Bulloch, a Star Wars family member, Logan tweeted. I will never, ever fucking forget how you taught me about all the good times we had together. You will forever be remembered. Cons won't be the same without you. The Force will be with you always, my friend. Rest in peace, my Mando brother. And this says, he has a tweet down below with the final shots. So, Bulloch's co-stars Mark Hamill, the legendary Luke Skywalker, and Billy D. Williams, the legendary Lando Calrissian, also took to social media to pay the tribute to the former co-star. Jeremy Bulloch was a quintessential English gentleman, a fine actor, delightful company, and so kind everyone lucky enough to meet or work with him. I will deeply miss him. I am ever so fucking grateful to have known him. Rest in peace, _Dear Jeremy, Hamill wrote. Today, we lost the best bounty hunter in the goddamn fucking galaxy. Rest in peace, Jeremy Bulloch, #Boba Fett, when it added. Lucasfilm issued their own statement, writing that the legendary man himself, Jeremy Bulloch, whose unforgettable performance as the notorious and most infamous and most legendary badass bounty hunter, Boba Fett, has captivated audiences since he appeared in 1980 Star Wars The Empire Strikes Back, but has sadly passed away at the age of 75, and he will be remembered not only as a legend, but not only for his iconic portrayal of the legendary character we know as Boba Fett, but also for his warmth and generous spirit, which have become the enduring part of his rich legacy. Now, despite Tamira Morrison taking on the role after him, Bulloch had long felt that this wasn't the end to his character. Bubba will be alright. He'll get out of this, actor shared with Thrillist back in 2016. If there's a problem he can get out of, he doesn't need help. He can do it himself. Apparently, he gets out of Sarlacc Pit. I haven't really kept up with the books because, to be fucking honest with you, I haven't got the time. I've always been busy with shit. Grandchild there, one in there, and there, and there, and there. So occasionally I pick up and read a bit about him. But I'm not that serious really. You can get information from anywhere or from one of their fans. Alright, another bonus, and the time check is 30 minutes. Alright. What the hell? I had to go back to comicbook.com homepage. So bear with me, as I will find some more awesome information. Need you not worry, my friends. Need you not worry. So here we go. Okay. Also, hot off the truck, Wonder Woman 1984 star Pedro Pascal reveals how Nicolas Cage inspired his Maxwell Lord portrayal. Alrighto. So now, in Wonder Woman 1984, the Mandalorian star Pedro Pascal, not only was his face visible the whole time, but plays his part much bigger than he does on Disney Plus series. In a previous published interview with the Entertainment Weekly star, Pedro Pascal called his work in the film as scam acting and added that he was hamming it up, with the outlet noted that Pascal's performance and a specific scene in the film was influenced by the Oscar winner legend himself, Nicolas Cage. Speaking with Omprox, however, Pascal has clarified his comments while also still maintaining that awesome Cage character, and was a big influence for him for the film, and was in fact an actor and an anchor for him while working for this DC film. Yeah, I don't believe any of the hamming it up to the legend himself, Nicolas Cage, Pascal said, but at least at one point in the conversation, I was talking about what an incredible influence he was to me as an actor, which you know is true, and now so much so that I would use him as sort of a point of reference to anchor myself to achieve something in a scene specific